second chance. That program enabled us to pass a policy that when a girl is pregnant and the pregnancy is not yet inconveniencing, the Ministry of Education will allow the girl to continue with her education. And after producing, will allow the girl to continue with her education. But also to allow girls who are pregnant to sit their exams even if their pregnancy is now beyond 6 months. And I'm sure you have read how many girls have sat exam. Some even delivered during exam, gone back home, came back and finished their exam. That is the work of the Minister of Education. I think let's give her a very big round of applause for always being steadfast in areas of education. In areas of health, we have reduced maternal health mortality ratio, which now stands at 189 per 100,000 live births, which is a very tremendous progress. Reproductive health has been prioritized, adolescents' health has been prioritized, and we have women's specialized hospital, Mulago, and others that are being constructed to support women in maternal and reproductive health. Water and sanitation and social protection, public procurement and disposal of public assets as reserved affirmative action for women in business, that for all government contracts, they have given women, youth, and persons with disability a quota, that you are given that quota for you to apply for contracts in government and be able to undertake those. We now need to interest women in business, interest women in areas that can supply government to make use of the amendment in the Public Procurement and Disposal of Assets Act. Your Excellency, these are a few examples. I note that there are many, many areas that we have made strides, and these strides we have made is not because we are strong as women. You have heard the representative from Sweden has said that even in our country, women have not progressed the way Ugandan women have progressed, especially in representation in leadership. Your Excellency, this has been #1 because of the political will. Without political will from you, Your Excellency, to appoint all the women seated near you and always doing the work so that women can see them as a role model, it will not be easy. The developed countries, even the USA, has not made even a half of the progress women in Uganda has made in leadership. Because we go there and we see them. If you see the cabinet in the US, if you see the Senate, if you see their Congress, you find they are below 20, they are below 10. So, Your Excellency, this affirmative action is important because it gives other women opportunity to see how the Vice President is doing, the Prime Minister, and all the ministers, and they will have a dream that they also want to be the Vice President of Uganda. And a woman, a girl who is studying will say, I can also be a Prime Minister. So those tokens and affirmative action is very critical in motivating young girls to study. And we want to thank you, Your Excellency, for all the appointments and the trust you have put on the women of Uganda. I also want to congratulate and thank the women, civil society, the women's movement, who continue to advocate, to speak, and really, for us within the political circle, all the laws I have talked about. Right Honorable Kadaga, when she was Deputy Speaker and Speaker of Parliament, galvanized us, would call civil society and ensure that she gives us space in the order paper, guide us to move those legislation, the Domestic Violence Act, FGM, and I know there are men whom she even brought on board, like Honorable Chris, who moved the female genital mutilations bill. It was the Right Honorable Kadaga who told Honorable Chris, please bring this as a man. I will mobilize women to support you. So when women are in a position of leadership and they bring for us such laws, we also congratulate them. And I want to really congratulate the women's movement for being steadfast and always supporting. Your Excellency, there are gaps that we continue to work on. Women in technology, as you are aware, access to internet to most women in rural area is still very low, and yet most services are now being rendered online. Payment of utilities, payment of umeme like water and all those, most services are now online. Access to internet is very important as a gap that we should bridge. We look at the cultural and norms that still makes women, especially early marriage, that culture is still very entrenched. And I want to thank the kings under their chairmanship of Issa Waruli for the steadfast reforms that jointly under your forum you have initiated. Your Excellency, these kings have initiated a program that tries to ensure that they sit together and look at how to establish bylaws around their culture that supports positive culture for girls, and also to void cultures that subjugate girls, especially issues of child marriage. They are working with us. Gender-based violence, they are working with us, and many other areas. They are doing a positive work together with Interreligious Council in supporting us in reforming those laws. Of course, issues of poverty for women is very important. Access to land is still a problem, and enforcement of laws. When women go to report cases of violence, gender-based violence, sometimes the police family division will tell the woman, why don't you go and solve this problem at home? And so the institutions sometimes are still not very supportive, and they still look at some of the issues around gender-based violence as a family matter, not as a matter of law that should be solved by the state. So we continue to work together to ensure that we support and accelerate action. Your Excellency, I will now want to just conclude by giving you a few issues that were raised in because I presented a statement in Parliament, and also we had the National Women Council, and there are certain requests and resolutions they made. Let me start with Parliament. Parliament, this one is both Parliament and Women Council. The chairperson told you about the budget for National Women Council. During rationalization, the Ministry of Finance thought that the councils were rationalized. So they cut off the budget for the National Women Council, National Youth Council, National Council for Persons with Disability and Older Persons. So we used to give each district, through the National Women Council, 3 million for them to organize their Women's Day at their district. This money, because of the cut, it's not there. Both the women in Parliament and the women in the National Women Council are requesting, it's just about 500 million, that you direct finance to put it in the supplementary. They also celebrate their district Women's Day belatedly. So that is one of the areas that they have requested. If we put about 500 in a supplementary, they will be able to celebrate the belated Women's Day. The other issue which came from Parliament is the issue of sanitary pads. Your Excellency, I explained in Parliament that our economy cannot support distribution of free sanitary pads to all the girls in school. When I explained, Parliament requested that can we now look at the issue of removing tax on sanitary pads so that the cost of buying sanitary pads can reduce, now that they can understand that distribution for free will be difficult. So this is also a request on the issue of removing tax on sanitary pads so that the cost reduces. The Women Council also asked that we remind you that you had pledged for them to visit your farm. Most of them are people in agriculture. They still want to visit the farm. And they say a lot of them are interested in learning from you and your farm so that they also take a lead and they empower themselves economically. Lastly, Your Excellency, in Parliament, the issue of peaceful election also came up, where some women members of Parliament indicated that when election is violent, many women shy away from joining politics. And so one of the issues raised is that we make election non-violent so that many women can join election. Your Excellency, I want to conclude and express my gratitude to you for being the champion, the #1 male champion for women's empowerment. If it were not you to stand firm to empower women, it would be difficult. So we want to thank you for your visionary leadership. And with that, Uganda stand tall. And when we go to report in international conferences, and our Minister of State is leaving tonight to go to New York, and in New York from Monday to 21st, countries are supposed to report progress they have made. And in many cases, most of the countries struggle to have women ministers to go and speak in their session because of the progress we have made in Uganda. So at international level, Your Excellency, the record of Uganda on women's empowerment is very strong on leadership and on economic empowerment. So I want to thank you for being our champion, and to women, we must march forward. We must not be paralyzed by the gaps and setbacks. We must push with resolve. We build on the progress we have made and accelerate action for gender equality. With that, Your Excellency, I want to thank you, and I would have loved to invite you, Your Excellency. But it would be very unfair when we are saying you have elevated women up to the level of vice president, and she sits there, and now I'm inviting you. I'm just requesting you, Your Excellency, that allow me to invite Her Excellency, the Vice President, to kindly invite you to make your speech. I'm going to do it.
Your Excellency, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports, the Right Honorable Alhaji Chigongo, the First National Vice Chairperson of NRM, the Right Honorable Alitwala Kadaga, the First Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for East African Affairs, Right Honorable Rukia Nakadama, the Third Deputy Prime Minister and Minister without portfolio, colleagues, ministers present, colleagues, members of Parliament, the UN representative, the EU representative, Excellencies, the ambassadors, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the National Chairperson of the Women Council, Hajat Farida, and all women leaders, the religious leaders, cultural leaders, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let us welcome His Excellency the President to our International Women's Day 2025 here in Chankwansi with a loud hand clap. Your Excellency, thank you for allowing me to make a small statement, and then I invite you to speak. Your Excellency and Mama, I congratulate you and all the people of Uganda on the commemoration of the International Women's Day 2025, and I wish you blissful celebrations. This year's theme is Accelerate Action for Gender Equality. The theme reflects an insight on what the NRM government has done and continues to do in uplifting and empowering all the women of Uganda under the visionary leadership of Your Excellency. Through your strategic and visionary leadership, Your Excellency, the women of Uganda are the biggest beneficiaries of the prevailing conducive environment for growth, including peace and security, infrastructural development, energy or electricity availability for obvious reasons, etc., etc. And as women, Your Excellency, we shall always be grateful for the policies and government laws that have enabled Uganda to come this far. And to that end, the women are comfortably participating in the livelihood programs of government, like the ones which the minister named, of PDM, Myoga, the GROW project, the Women Fund, the Fund for People with Disability, the grants for the elderly, etc., etc. Women now own property and are engaged in business sector, creating wealth and jobs. Women are in administration and management in both the private sector and government, participating in the socio-economic transformation of the country together with their male counterparts. Women are in political leadership positions right from the villages up to the national level. An opportunity, Your Excellency, which has given women a voice, which has enabled us to be heard, and also enabled us to participate in strategic decision-making processes, including budgeting at all levels, where we have ensured that all government programs and projects are mainstreamed in light of gender and other special interest needs. Your Excellency, all the girl children in Uganda are now enrolling in schools under the universal primary education and universal secondary education, etc. This has enabled women to pursue programs which were hitherto considered to be a preserve for the boy children, e.g. being pilots. We now have women who are pilots, even in the Air Force, engineers, chemists, and generally speaking, armed forces. Your Excellency, for the benefit of doubt, the parade that we witnessed here today was exclusively mounted by the females, by the women. And I would like to thank you as the Commander-in-Chief, together with all the leaders in the Army, for the professionalism with which you have carried our armed forces. Women are also benefiting from the healthcare system, which has kept us physically fit to continue contributing to the social, economic transformation of our country in all fields. Your Excellency, you have laid an unprecedented and formidable platform or foundation for the women of Uganda, and indeed all the people of Uganda. And again, to this end, therefore, I would like, on behalf of all the people of Uganda, to say that we commit to continue to stand firm under your visionary leadership, and specifically as women of Uganda, would like to commit to continue listening to your strategic guidance as we continue carrying forward the vision and the mission of NRM, where again, Your Excellency, you are the national chairman. I request all the men of Uganda to continue supporting women in this endeavor to collectively develop our country. Your Excellency, women empowerment means women working together with the men. And would like the men of Uganda to continue understanding the women and the concept of gender parity, so that we can continue carrying it forward to the logical conclusion for the good of all of us. Your Excellency, I would like to end by thanking you for physically finding time to come here to preside over this celebration. And I would also like to extend my appreciation to you for always recognizing the efforts of women and for the continuous guidance. And in the same vein, I would like to thank Mama for always honoring the interests of women. Thank you for your invaluable support to Musei and the entire First family. We do sincerely appreciate. Thank you for your dedicated service in the education sector, a sector so vast that keeps developing challenges all the time. Thank you for the steadfast attention that you have extended therein. The good results that you are producing with the team there are visible, and I want to state that you have our full support, Mama. Let me now use this chance to remind all the women of Uganda, and indeed all the people of Uganda, since we work together, that very soon we shall again be exercising our rights, i.e. to elect our leaders across the country. I request that we throw all our weight behind His Excellency, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, as our president in the 2026 election, just 9 months from now. Let us support all the NRM candidates for the smooth continuation of the good programs and projects, and for the stability of our country, not forgetting the unfinished business which the Honorable Minister of Gender was speaking about, in order to fully achieve gender parity. But Your Excellency, we sincerely appreciate you as a champion of gender emancipation, women emancipation. In the whole of Africa, you are known as the first president ever who named a woman as a vice president in the whole of Africa. And all the African leaders, wherever you send me, hold you in very high esteem. And I would like also to let Ugandans know that His Excellency the President is a champion of integration at the African Union. And whenever he sends me to represent him there, his friends, his brothers, his colleagues, the fellow presidents, always send me with a strong message to all of you Ugandans that we have a president whose intellect, whose vision, whose wisdom, and the love for Africa is unmatched. I thought that I would use this opportunity also to tell you that. Finally, Your Excellency, the visionary women go everywhere to do charity work whenever there is Women's Day. For this particular Women's Day, they had requested me that when you get in case you get a chance to speak, we would like to take a photo with Mama. But I had argued with them that if Musei allows, then you can take a photo with Mama and Musei. So, Your Excellency, at your convenience, you may wish to make, Your Excellency and Mama, at your convenience, you may wish to make that consideration. But let me now take this singular honor and privilege to invite Your Excellency to deliver your address. The floor is yours, sir.
Her Excellency the Vice President, all the other leaders, political, cultural, religious, military, and all the wananchi of Chankwanzi. I will mix speaking in Uganda and in English also. I will. Okusooka nantabuulirwa yakola ki?
Asabala gwa Bumba.
Nantabuulirwa yasabala na bwa Bumba. Twabagamba dda nto okwonoona obutonde bw'ensi kigenda okutuviiramu akabenje. Kati mulaba omusana guno gw'amaanyi nnyo omukambwe. Guvuddewa nantabuulirwa. Tubadde tubagamba muleme okugenda mu ntobazi, muleme okulumba ebibira, muleme okwonoona ennyanja, naye mbadde mulowooza nti byakusaaga. Kati mulaba omusana engeri gye gukambuwaddemu. N'olwekyo tulina okukyusa enkola yaffe, tuseemu ekitiibwa obutonde bw'ensi. Katonda yali amanyi kyali akola, ogamba nti lutobazi eno nyanja, guno muga, kino kibira. N'olwekyo ffe okuwakanya Katonda nsobi y'amaanyi. I told these people there is a Luganda proverb where somebody was advised not to use clay to make a boat for using on the water. People told him that clay cannot make a boat, but he didn't listen. He made a clay, he made a boat made of clay, and he went in the lake and drowned there. So I was telling them that damaging the environment will cause us a very big catastrophe. And you can see how harsh this dry season is. It is not only here, it is in other parts of Africa, but I think it is accentuated by the damage to the environment here, because normally, although there is African-wide bad weather, normally here we get our local relief because of the local water bodies. So eyo nsonga emu. Eyokubiri, njagala kwebaza ambassador wa Sweden kubanga yomu ku bantu ab'amazima. Abantu abangi tebabeera b'amazima. Ono omukyala kirangiridde wano ati mu democracy mutusingira ddala wala. Akyogedde wano mu Luzungu. Ate kye mbadde mbagamba babadde bagezako okungamba democracy, ne mbagamba nze mbasingira ddala wala. Musirike. Kubanga bino bye tukola wano awalala tebiriiyo. Nti waliwo entebe y'abakyala buli district tekiriiwo mu bifo ebisinga obungi. I congratulated the ambassador of Sweden for admitting that Uganda is more democratic than many of the European countries. And this is what we have been telling them, because for us, it was an ideology from the beginning. When we were empowering women, it was deliberate from the very beginning. When we defeated Idi Amin, 1979, I recruited women for NASA. But when it came to the integration, our other partners in the system refused to absorb our women. And they had to be dismissed and go home. We brought them back when we were in charge now, 86. That's when we were able to admit them in the army. So I'm glad the ambassador of Sweden set the record straight by saying that Uganda has made more progress on women emancipation in some areas than many of the European countries. Ekyokusatu lwe lugero naye sinatuuka ku lugero olwo. Nina abakazi b'ebiti bisatu abambadde okumpi mu bulamu bwange. Asooka ye maama wange yanzaala, Esther Kokundeka. Omukyalo oyo yali ng'abantu baffe bwe bali kati mu byalo, yeetikanga amazzi kuva ku luzzi, yagendanga mu nsiko okunoonya enku, yakozesanga emikono okulongoosa waka, yatuweeka bwe twali tukyali bato, yafumbisanga enku n'omukka n'ebyo byonna. Oyo omukyala ne mulaba. Kati oluvannyuma ne nfuna omukyala omulala ye maama Janet. N'abawala bange. Kati abo obulamu bwabwe bwanjawulo okuva ku maama. Janet oyo gwe omulaba tafumbisanga nku. Eby'omukka tabimanyi. Tagendanga ku luzzi okwetika amazzi. Abaana bano abakuze bamuhozi n'abaganda be tabaweekanga, twabasindikanga mu bugaali. Amazzi ga pipe yegaleeta. Ne bwe twali mu bwanganguse, bwe twali mu kulwana n'Amin, wadde twali mu nsi z'ebweru, naye obulamu bwaffe bwali bwanjawulo okuva ku bamaama. Kati okuva ku ntandikwa kyetwagaliza omukyalo Omunayuganda, twagala abeere nga Janet. Mwena kubanga omukka ogwo gwe mufumbisa butwa, mubeereyo n'omukka gwammwe. Abasawo bayinza kubanyonyola ebiri mu mukka n'obuzibu obulala bwonna. Kati okuva ku ntandikwa movement yaffe yali eyagala buli omukyalo Omunayuganda abeere nga Janet. Okwawukana n'obulamu bwa maama Esteri, naye ate twabagamba engeri gye tusobola okukituukako, okubeera nga Janet okituukako otya. Oyinza kusabiriza nobeera nga Janet? Tekisoboka. Olina okumanya okuwuliriza NRM byekugamba, okukola ebintu bibiri oba bisatu. Ekisooka, bonna bagagawere. Gye tubagamba kati myaka 3 tuli ku kigambo ekyo, bonna bagagawale. Batya twabagamba nti mukolere, muleme okukola ekidda kyonka ng'abantu abo abavamu. Waliwo omuntu omugwere wano, omugwere aludda wa agende ku muzindaalo, si kabaka w'abagwere. Kabaka w'abagwere naye ali wano, naye oyo sagala kumusitula. Naye abagwere amalala namuyango njagala wa Women Council. Women Council ali ludda wa Women Council agenze genda otumula olugwere. oyo mukkiriza atumule olugwere. Tumule olugwere obuuze ku bantu bano. Amaina.
Neyanzire muzeeyi zebanje tastima Helen Muluga nganzwera Budaka district.
Tumule olugwere bawulire.
Banje tastima Helen omuzee bula tumulangaku atwa reference atutukolera kida. Lwaki atumule ekyo? Iswenga bukedi tuula kitu kileta sente. Kye tuli nakyo tulianga oli. Tobe muzee akaba tukolera kida.
Muyinza kulo olumi lw'omwana oyo byayogala mbiwulira namuyangu bakyusize namuyangu agambye ekyo oyo omwana.
Your Excellency, she's telling us that whenever you've been speaking, you've been advising us to work for incomes in our homes, not just to work for the stomach.
Very good. Okuva kale mwebale ino muwala.
Kale baba. Neyanzire ino.
Okuva 96 95 twatandika okubasomesa nti okugagawala bona bagagawale mulina okuva kukola olubuto lwokka okulya kwokka mukolera olubuto wamu n'ensawo ate okukola kimunateeka mu nsawo mulina okukozesa ekibalo. Kati bwe nagenda Bugwere nababuuza mu lulimi lwabwe omulinyankole wandigambye nti okukorera enda yonka. Kati baba Bagwere bagamba nti okukorera ekidda kyonka. Enyogera y'Abagwere najagala nnyo okukorera ekidda ekibuto kyokka. Kati omumanifesto ya 96 twabagamba abula abalina ettaka ettono ebintu 7 ikemu y'emwanyi ika y'ebibala ika y'omuddo gw'ente ez'omu kiyumba ika y'emmere eyawaka emanju teekayo enkoko z'amaggi teekayo embizi kumpi n'entoba ziteekayo ebyennyanja. Abo be bantu abamataka amatono abakolera awafunda. Abamataka amanene bo baddembe kukola kye baagala. Mwabalimye kasooli oba ebikajjo oba pamba kyonna kyabakoze wadde afuna katono buliika kubanga akoze wagazi aganyulwa. Kati omulayini eyo ey'okukola olubuto n'ensawo oli omukyala owawaka n'abaana bebazadde bagenda kufuna sente amakaago. Bwe bafuna sente na gavumenti bwe batanaleeta amazzi aga national water kubanga balina enyingiza bayinza kulembeka amazzi kuva ku kasolya ne bafuna amazzi ago mu tanki yaabwe awatali kulinda gali aga Kampala. Bayinza kugula sola oba bayinza kukola biogas okuva mu nte. Kati oyo agenda kufaanana nga Mama Janet amazzi ng'akulembeka. okumulisa kwa sola, okufumba kwa biogas. Yensonga tubadde tubawabula ebyo byonna. Kati bwe twabasomesa olwo batubuuza nti tutandika tutya. Bye mwogera tubiwulidde naye tutandika tutya. Twatandikirawo ne tuteeka ssente kugombolola ze twayitanga entandikwa. Esente ezo zajja kugombolola naye abantu tebafaayo. Abamu bazibba. Ate mwe bananyini kintu temufaayo kubanga ensobi z'abantu babiri. Omubbi wali naye naawe nanyini kintu tofuddeyo kukirondoola. Kati eyo ne tuvaayo ne tufuna NADS. Ne tukyusaamu ne tuleeta Operation Wealth Creation. Eyo netambulako bulungi naye ogenda okuwulira oluvannyuma mwatandika okugamba nti beegabira bokka. Kati awo kwe kukyusa ne tugamba nti okay, kati esente zino mwekolere mweka PDM. Esente zize kumuluka mwekoleko. Naye kati mpuliramu nti abamu baba sente ezo mwe ne musirika ne babakanga. Oyagamba kijjangu wano oyogere. Oba waliwo kyagamba nje wanaswaze sitaani. Ababbi bali ludda wajangu obaloope mu lwatu. Mbaleke bajje. Ogamba kimuwala.
Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti, abakyala mwena tubasanyukidde okubalaba olwaleero. Maama Janet nkwaniriza nnyo. Amannya gange mpitibwa Mukaye Betty, eri obufuzi nze Maama Janet Museveni. Maama Janet yatudde senior 4 n'afuna 5 n'afuna ne binnya yagenze mu senior 5. Maama yayise eyo nvuddeyo. Muzeeyi weebale kutuleetera nkulaakulana naye taata buli kyoleeta bakitwala.
Siwulidde bulungi kiddemu.
Muzeeyi weebale kutuleetera nkulaakulana naye taata buli kyoteekawo bakitwala. Taata esente ez'abakyala ze baatugamba nti tetuzaayo magoba zino ze baateeka mu sentinale simanyi ne mu banka ki twagenda okutuukayo nga teziriiyo nga baazitutte zonna. Muzeeyi Parish modo nze ndi mukyala wa movement simanyi na gyali.
Ze sente za grow
baazimala mudda mu banka zonna baazitwala abakyala abali mu buyinza abali mu bifo eby'amaanyi baazigabana ne bazitwala. Teri omukyala yafuna sente ezo muzeeyi ebintu birina okukyukamuuko muzeeyi ebintu bikyukamuuko ekisanja kino ebintu ebyobubbi bikendeezebweko taata abantu bakwate
kale ezo
taata mbadde nsaba taata maliriza sijja kwogera bingi naye manyiri oba bananzita simanyi naye nsaba taata ngende mbuuzeeko ku maama eddakiika emu taata
kale njagala bafune contract yo ezo sente za grow ze mwogerako
ye taata
kati eza PDM ziri zitya
ate ezo bazituuse bulala
ezo ziri zitya
ezo bazituuse taata bulala teziriiyo okujjako bazitwala mu bitundu ebirala ng'ewa Nabbanja mu bantu abakulu abakulembeze be batyatyako waliwo abafunye naye waliwo ebitundu nga tebafuniddeeko ddala muzeeyi
waliwo abazibba
sebo taata abo abazikulira bazitwala baziwa be baagala
baani
baziwa be baagala sebo
baziwa be baagala
yesebo buli muntu awandiika famire ye oleeta endaga muntu n'amugamba gw'oli luddawa leeta endaga muntu yo w'emasaka afunira na luweero
naye okay kale muwandiike munfunire enamba y'omukyalo oyo ayagala kubuuza ku maama jangu buuze ku maama
taata neyanziza sebo
naye yimirirako wala tomusiiga korona mama mwishina ndakuteze newe ekishani mama kati okwagala okunyonyola bulungi kanjogere mu luzungu nankabirwa ankyusize nankabirwa ali awo genda wali onkyusize you go there but
Your Excellency, mbadde wendi wano taata.
Bukenya?
Your Excellency.
Kale Bukenya. Now, my daughter here was speaking about two things.
Muwala we abadde ayogera ku bintu bibiri.
She was talking about the money of grow.
Abadde ayogera ku sente za grow mwenna abakyala ze muwulira mu bank.
That is money which came from World Bank or from outside.
Ezo sente ezaava mu nsi z'owabweru gye bayita World Bank.
They lent it to us.
Ne bazituwola.
To give it to our people.
Tuzibawe ate era okwewola kuba kwa kuzaayo nga government.
The good thing is that the minister is here.
Ekirungi minisita waali atwala grow.
Beta Mongi.
Minister Betty Amongi.
I will call her, she will explain there.
Ajja kujja annyonnyole ensonga eyo.
But the money which is the other money is also ours because we borrowed it.
Naziri sente zaffe kubanga twazeewola. Naye sente ze tuteewola eziva mu mbalirira yaffe ya Uganda.
Is the money of the PDM.
Ze sente za PDM mwenna ze mumanyi.
The PDM money.
Sente za PDM
is money sent to you.
Sente za PDM ze sente ze babaweereza ku miruka.
all people who want to engage in wealth creation who are above 18.
Buli muntu ayagala okwenyigira mu byenkulaakulana ng'alina emyaka 18 ne waggulu
should join the circle of the parish.
Akkirizibwa okwegatta ku saako y'omuluka.
And once you are all there,
Era mwenna we muba mu saako eyo,
you elect
mulonda
the ones you want.
mulonda abantu be mwagala,
There you are the ones who elect them.
mwe mubeerondera.
Their job is just coordination.
Omulimu gwabwe kukwasaganya.
So therefore, if they are unfair,
Era we baba nga si batuufu,
you remove them.
mubajjako ne muteekako abalala.
Because this is your money.
Kubanga zino sente zammwe n'obuyinza bwammwe.
So therefore,
Era ensonga eyo,
the line which my daughter is saying that they only give their relatives,
omukyalo oli mwayogedde nti bawa be baagala, ab'eŋŋanda,
I would like to wake you up.
abazuukusa pulezidenti waffe omulungi,
Mbagamba nti sente ezo zammwe
sente zammwe ezo,
busika bwammwe
busika bwammwe obwo bwa PDM.
jjajja wamwe gavumenti ya Uganda ebalambidde sente ezo nti zino zammwe.
Jjajja weebale, jjajja wammwe gavumenti ya Uganda ebagambye sente zammwe, mutafaayo mwe mufiirwa.
Kati jjajja bw'akulamira ebyobusika,
Jjajja waakulamira ebyobusika,
n'osirika omu ku baganda bo n'ayonoona ebintu byammwe, awo omusango guba gwani? Put it in better Uganda.
Jjajja waakulamira n'akuwa sente, n'olaba ng'okwatibwa ensonyi olw'okuba atwala sente muganda wo, olwo omusango gwani nga gw'ofiirwa nga tofunye sente?
Ku lwaki mukwatibwa ensonyi ku abo ababba ebyobusika bwammwe?
Lwaki mukwatibwa ensonyi ng'abantu babba ebyammwe gavumenti byebawadde okukozesa okwejja mu bwavu?
Muddamu mutyawo. Ani akiddamu ekyo?
Ani akiddamu ekyo?
Kubanga obuyinza bwammwe
oba mbadde temukimanyi, His Excellency ababuulira obuyinza bwammwe bwa sente za PDM ze mufuna ku miruka, n'ozikuuma yemmwe kubanga sente zasembera gye muli mu miruka.
The other programs, that's why we changed them.
Programu ezaaliwo, enteekateeka eyaliwo endala, kyekyo lwaki yagikyusa.
Because the entandikwa, the NADZ, Operation Wealth Creation, the ones who were deciding were government agents.
Bakyusa ne bajjawo entandikwa, NADZ, Operation Wealth Creation, kubanga byo gavumenti eyali ebiri mu mitambo.
Abakozi ba gavumenti
abakozi be baali babirimu mu mitambo okusinga.
They were the ones who were deciding.
Be baali basalawo.
That's why we said now you organize yourselves, all adults in the parish.
Kati kyekyo lwaki basalawo nti mu miruka gyammwe mwetereeze, musobole okulonda abakulembeze, musobole okukwata sente zammwe nga muzikontrolling.
All adults who want to engage in wealth creation join the circle.
Buli ayagala okubanga ayagala okulwanyisa okugenda mu kweddaabulira yegatte mu saako.
Once you join, then you elect.
Wogenda mu saako nga mulonda.
The Kachiko is simply to coordinate you, but following what what has been guided by the government.
Akakiiko kabayamba buyambi okubabuulira ekigenda mu maaso, naye nga obuvunaanyizibwa obusinga buli kummwe abali mu saako.
So why do you keep quiet and people play around with you when you have the power?
Lwaki musirika abantu ne babazanyirako ng'ate obuyinza buli mu mmwe mu ngalo zammwe?
Ani anakiddamu ekyo bannange?
Wano waliwo taata.
Ali luddawa?
Mukadde Nanvubya woono.
Amannya gange ndi Nanvubya Estate. Kabaka yasiima n'ampesa zalye nga bulungi wansi. President nkwebaza naye PDM eyina weetekolera bulungi olw'ensonga tugambye nti sente ezo Parish modo ate ow'omuluka taziriimu zalekebwamu akakiiko bw'ogenda okugamba ow'omuluka oli sente nga yazinywedde asiiba mu bbaala ng'agamba nze sibiriimu babisambala. Saba President twagala ensonga eyo eruŋŋame sente engeri gye ziva waggulu ne bwe zikka wansi kubanga n'abantu abaziriko obutuufu tebabamanyi. Bwe bagenda okugenda ku sako oli n'amugamba nti ffe twakola dda sako yaffe sooka oleete sente ze twakozesa sako. Owulidde? Saba President ebintu biruŋŋamye bulungi.
Okay, now I can see where the amanyi omukadde muganda wange ani?
Navubye Esteri omulwanyi ndi Parasoso waaka era akoledde emirimu okuva 8 mu 8 ndera abatalina mwasirizi obutabanguko mu maka ndi mediator. Katonda abeere naawe.
Kati Mama Esteri, now Mama Esteri, genda tuwele mama. Now Mama Esteri is saying
Mama Esteri agamba
that a small group of people
nti abantu abatono
say they have formed a circle.
Bagamba bakoze sako yaabwe.
And that anybody who wants to join them must pay to join the circle.
Nti omuntu yenna ayagala okwegatta ku sako nti naawe ofune PDM sente bagamba sasula.
The circles of PDM
sako za PDM bye bimukola eyo wansi mu muluka sako ezo
don't have any payment, if I remember correct.
Teyina kusasula kwonna wansi eyo gye mubeera.
Do we have the PDM people here? Who is here?
Tuyinawo abantu abakwatagana ku bintu bya PDM wano we tuli. Kawu waffe w'ekyankwanzi wuuna ajja, Your Excellency.
Sebo His Excellency, Yenze Judy Makabu Kenya, Kao Chankwanzi Sebo His Excellency.
This idea of paying to join the circle, where did it come from?
Ensonga yo His Excellency, ey'abantu okusasula ssente mu Kyankwanzi wano, twakigobawo, naye nga kisinga nnyo kubeera mu basaako members bennyini abo. Era abadde bakikozesa tubasiba oba ne bakomyawo sente ezo.
Because, okay, genda tuwele.
Kayanza so.
The circle we told you to form
Saako ze babagamba okukola
had no payment.
Teyayina kusasulwa kwonna.
Because those circles of payment had been there and had not solved the problem.
Kubanga saako z'okusasula zaaliwo ne zilemwa okukola omulimu gwe yeetaaga His Excellency.
So we said, you just form your circle because you are in that parish.
N'agamba mukole saako eyo kubanga muli mu muluka gumu.
And you want to participate in wealth creation.
Ate mwagala kwegatta mu bantu abejja abagala okwegatta mu bagenda mu nkulaakulana.
So no need for payment.
Era nga tewali nsonga lwaki abantu basasula.
The money we were giving you to start your circle was our money.
Sente ze baabawa okutandika saako zaali za gavumenti.
100 million
million 10
every year.
buli mwaka ate buli saako.
So
Era ensonga eyo
you don't pay back, and you get 1 million. You don't get less.
ate olina kufuna miliyoni emu nga tofunye zitoolebwako.
The banks were deducting some money for the bank charges.
Banka zaali zijjako ssente nga bagamba chargi za banka.
We have stopped that.
Ekyo yakiyimiriza His Excellency nti banka teziddako basalako ssente.
The government will be the one to pay the bank charges.
Atweyanza Your Excellency agambye bank charges government ejja kuba ezisasula.
You must get your 1 million.
Mulina okufuna miliyoni yammwe ennamba.
And now,
Era kati
after 2 years,
oluvannyuma lw'emyaka 2
when you got 1 million,
ng'ofunye miliyoni emu
you pay back 1,120,000.
osasula miliyoni emu mu emitwalo mu n'ebiri.
After 2 years.
Oluvannyuma lw'emyaka 2 miliyoni emu ogyongerako emitwalo 12.
So that's how the circle now starts operating.
Awo saako bw'etandika okutwambula.
To bring back the ones who got first.
Okukomeza ne bazzaayo abaasooka okufuna.
So now, the ones who say they have formed a circle, you must pay them. Abo babbi.
Abo abaga nti bakoze saako nti mulina obbasasula bafuuse babbi.
But the question is, why should that confusion go on and the leaders don't detect it?
Ekibuuzibwa lwaki ebyo bibaawo ng'ate abakulembeze weebali.
RDC, where is the RDC? RDC.
Ajja.
Yes, Your Excellency.
What's your name?
My name is Ankunda Sharon.
So all this is happening. Why have you heard about it?
Yes, please. Nakyuliddeko and we are trying to handle. Tuli mugezaako kukitereeza, Your Excellency.
Mwakyuliddeko ne mukikolako oba?
Tuli mu kukikolako, Your Excellency.
Mwakikolako?
Twakikolako, Your Excellency.
Nabakoba, you come and explain. Genda wali. Genda olereza RDC. Nabakoba afuse pulida wa RDC.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, watukwasa omulimu ne Honorable Nankabirwa okujja okumonitoringa PDM mu Greater Mbende. Omulimu guno nagukolako mu January, natambula district stan eza Greater Mbende, and I came physically to Kyankwanzi. Your Excellency, when nasinkana abakulembeze, of course mwalimu ebirumira, naye kye nasanga PDM Secretariat yabadde wano either a month ago oba a week ago, nga balina abantu abamu bebazuula nga badde babbako abantu sente oba okujja ku bantu sente, era abantu abo balina n'obukadde ngana mu butaano nga buli ku police station nga exhibit, nga balinda PDM Secretariat ejje bukwase abantu abali bajiddwako ensimbi ezo. Era n'ekirala kye nasanga waliwo n'abalala kirabika kyali wano abali batandise n'okuzaayo obukulembeze nga batidde olw'okuba baali batandise okubanyenyaamu. Kyenvudde nga nti waliwo ekyali kikoleddwako kubanga naliko wano, Your Excellency.
Okay, so now that's how Mnyankole says.
Awo Omnyankole wagamba
Otarunge mtsinde otakarebere kigikolatire
nga tonnadduka misinde odduka emisinde.
Don't run away from
todduka nga tonnalaba kigoba.
When you hear steps behind you, don't run without looking back and see where the steps are coming from.
Todduka nga tolabye ekigoba gye kiri gye kiva.
Because you may find it is just
kubanga oyinza okusanga nga
it is just a hen.
Nga nkoko nga munya nga kawuka.
That's what you have run away from.
Nga ate kyodduka.
So you people, those thieves are nothing.
Era abo ababbi temuli.
You can stop them.
Musobola obbayimiriza obbalemesa.
The money is yours.
Sente zammwe.
You are in the circle.
Muli mu saako.
All of you.
Mwenna.
All adults in a parish who want to engage in wealth creation.
Mwenna abakulu abali mu saako abagala okwegatta mu nkulaakulana.
You are the one to elect the committee.
Mwe mulina okulonda abakulembeze ba saako.
So if they say we have already formed the circle, you ask them why didn't you call all of us?
We musanga nga bakola dda saako nga bagamba fe twakola dda leetayo sente obabuuza lwaki temwatuyita ffenna ne twegattamu luli.
And the Muruka chief, Estate is talking about the one who is drunk.
Omuruka chief, Madam Esther gwabadde ayogerako.
The one who is in drinking alcohol.
Abazinywa obunyi.
Saying that he's not involved.
Nga ye yeegaana ntabiriimu.
No, he's an ex-official member of, I think.
Yes.
He's an ex-official member of the committee.
Muruka chief aba yeegaanira bwereere kubanga be bali ku committee.
He's the one to make sure that the rules of the circle are followed.
Yalina okulaba nti etteeka lya saako gagobererwa.
And if not, he should report.
Era nga walaba nti ebitambudde bulungi omuluka chief oyo alina okuloopa.
So Susan Kasinje, talk to Esteri. Let's find out that Muruka chief who said Tibinkwatako.
Kati Susan yogera ne Esteri akubulire bulungi ow'omuluka oyo yagamba tebinkwatako.
So that is on the PDM.
Ebyo biri ku PDM.
PDM is yours.
PDM yammwe mukimanye leero.
Even when you pay back, the money will be in your circle forever.
Era ne munaddamu okusasula sente zijja kusigala mu saako yammwe kubanga ziri mu akawunti yammwe.
It will never go back to Kampala again.
Tezijja kuddayo Kampala.
So don't allow anybody to steal your money.
Era temukkiriza babatawaanya baba babbira sente kubanga babba sente zammwe.
Now let me ask Amongi to come and talk about grow. Amongi, where is she?
Thank you, Excellency. Excellency, GROW is into two products. One is implemented under Ministry of Gender and one under Private Sector Foundation. The one that members have consistently raised issues on is the one of the loan, and I have here Dr. Ruth Kasolo, who will tell us the banks that are giving GROW loans, the conditions the banks are giving, and then I will talk about what we are going to do to ensure that it reaches every district beginning April.
Your Excellency, as Honorable Mr. Monk indicated, can you get Uganda? Your Excellency, GROW project, eriko component, ey'okugabira abakyala loans. Your Excellency, sente zino eza World Bank. Ekisooka kye njagala okularifyinga nti si loan ku government ne World Bank yawa government ya Uganda grant. Neesaba nga bakolagana ne government tutandikewo enkola ey'okuwa abakyala ssente nga bazeewola naye nga zisobola okudda wabeerewo ensako ey'abakyala. Programu eno Your Excellency bwe yali etandika teyatunulira mukyala wa PDM oba ow'emyoga. Yatunulira omukyala asobodde okuba nti eyavaayo naye nga kati ayagala okutandika okwetengerera bizinesi yeebeere nga esobola okuba nti yeetengerera nga mu luzungu bagamba nti from informal to either small or medium enterprise. Your Excellency, nga tutandika pilot yaffe nga tukola ne World Bank, twasalawo sente zisooke zigende mu banks, tukose banks mu kusooka. Era ne tulonda banks mukaaga, ne tulonda Stanbic Bank, Post Bank, Finance Trust Bank, Centenary Bank, DFCU ne Equity. Your Excellency, nga tukwatagana ne banks zino kubanga twabawa ssente naye nga tubagambye nti bwe tuba tukuwadde ssente biliyoni 2 olina kuzza biliyoni 2 ke kakwakirizo gavumenti ke yateeka ku banks ezo. N'olwekyo ne batusaba nti balina okukozesa emitendera gyabwe nga bawola ssente zino. N'olwekyo ffe twakwata ssente Your Excellency wenjogerera kati yes nga balina okukozesa emitendera gyabwe okuwola ssente zino.
Yali nsobi.
Kakati yo
lindako omukunja kubanga sente zaffe kati oli owa banka ngamba atya nti genda kozesa emitendera gyange songa sente zange.
Your Excellency, nga bw'ogambye ensobi gye twakola tetwaba kibayita guarantee fund era tugenda kikolako naye twabateekako obukwakulizo tibwabeera nga bawoze ssente zino balina oziwolera ku 10% amagoba abakyala era wenjogerera kati Your Excellency bakawola biliyoni 5 era abakyala bakafuna ssente bali 2,175. Ekyakabi Your Excellency nti district eno ey'Ekyankwanzi yakafunamu omuntu omu yekka mu bakyala bano era kituufu abakyala banyiige kubanga Kyankwanzi nga district tefunye nnyo naye Your Excellency tukoze eki mbadde nsaba abakyala bampulirize kye tusazeewo okukola nga Ministry of Gender etuwa obuwabuzi twasazeewo tuleeteyo SACCOs ne MDIs ezisobola okugabira abakyala ssente nga tebalina misingo era mu myezi 2 zino zijja kuba nga zitandise. Your Excellency, zino zijja kuba zisobola okuwa abakyala ssente nga bo bennyini beewadde garanti nga tubawadde musingo naye omuntu eyatuwa ssente enkolagana yaffe ne World Bank looni esembayo wansi ya miliyoni 4. So ndowooza ekyo nsobodde okukola kino olwekyo abakyala ab'Ekyankwanzi ate ekirala Your Excellency mu cabinet mwasalawo ti ssente zino tuzalocatinge ku regions era wenjogerera kano Your Excellency regions 19 kubanga ssente lwaki olumu tezimala ab'e Kampala babadde be basinga ozitwala ne Wakiso. Kakati twasazeewo buli region efune block ya ssente wenjogerera kati kyankwanze eri mu Greater Mubende era twajolocatinze billioni 3 nga tusuubira nti billioni 3 ezo bwe banaba tebazikozesezza mu bbanga lya myezi 6 bajja kubanga region endala nga tuzibawa. Yeyo program sebo naye ekirala Your Excellency kyembadde njagala okwogera nti program eya grow sente eza grow ensako yaayo si nnene ng'eya PDM. Your Excellency emyaka 2 bankwasa billioni 12 zokka Uganda yonna mu financial institutions. Sente ezo si nyingi. Mwezi ena gyokka billioni 5 ziweddewo kyokka ate nga tulina ebbanga eddala. Nolwekyo twasabye aba World Bank batuyambe sente ezibadde ez'omwaka ogwokubiri tusobole ozongera abakyala. N'olwekyo demand eri waggulu nnyo era yesinza otuleetera obuzibu obusingayo.
Okay, Mongi.
Your Excellency, when we received complaints from women, where most of the women were saying they don't have collateral, in the Ministry of Gender, we decided that let SACCOs come on board because SACCOs and microfinance will lend without condition of collateral. So beginning April, we agreed with the bank that in districts that require not Kampala and Central, we will push SACCOs and cooperatives to lend to women without much of the collateral.
I have got it. I have not. Okay, sit down, Amongi, sit down.
Your Excellency, agambye ekizibu akitegedde.
The mistake was
ensobi yali
the World Bank gave money to Uganda government.
World Bank yawa sente ku government ya Uganda
and agreed that that money should be used by women abaliko obulungi.
Ne bakkiriziganya nti sente ezo zikozesebwe abakyala abaliko obulungi.
The ones who have already started but needed to expand.
Abakyala abali abatandika dda bye bakola nga baagala bayimirizaawo business butagwa.
Not like the one of 1 million, but the ones of 4 million and above.
Kubanga PDM ewa 1 million emu ate grow ng'etandikira ku million 4 okuwa omukyala.
Now the mistake was
ensobi yali
our people to agree
abantu bafe okukkiriza
that they will follow the procedures of the bank.
Okukkiriza nti bajja kugoberera okusaba kwa banka okwaliwo. Obulombolombo bwa banka obwaliwo.
Instead of saying,
mu kifo ky'okugamba,
if you want to lend this money, follow our bulombolombo.
Mu kifo kya bo ogamba nti wemba mwagala sente zino mugoberere obulombolombo bwaffe.
To pass them through those banks.
Okuziyisa mu banka ezo ezisaba emisingo.
So that is one problem.
Ensobi yaliwo banka kusaba abakyala misingo gye batayina.
But secondly,
ekyokubiri,
that money is not a big money.
Ezo si sente nyingi nnyo.
My money is much bigger than that.
Sente ze eza PDM nyingi okusinga zino.
Because 1 year,
kubanga mu mwaka gumu,
if you put together with Emyoga,
wojigatta wamu n'emyoga,
it is like 1.5 trillion.
Mu mwaka gumu ogatta sente za PDM n'ez'emyoga eba akasirivu kamu.
Si kasirivu, obutabalika.
Obutabalika kamu n'ekitundu.
Jukira akakadde, akawumbi, ate onotuuka akatabalika.
Kaba akatabalika kamu n'ekitundu.
That is obuwumbi 1,500.
Bwe buwumbi 1,500, ogatta obuwumbi 1,500 n'oweza akatabalika kamu n'ekitundu.
Ezo ze sente za NRM.
Ezo sente za NRM
zebasindikira.
Zebasindikira.
buli mwaka buli obusente bw'abaana abaana
buli sente ez'abaana abo ba mukyala Kasolo Grow.
The Mugamba is 200, how much? 200 billion?
He said 100. He said 120.
100 billion in 2 years. Zirimeka nani? Biyinzika. Where's Biyinzika? What is the money you are fighting over?
For a year is 120 billion for this financial year.
And the total?
The total is $75 million for lending.
Mumuride obusente butono. Esente zamwe zenyingi. Your money is much bigger. But this smaller one also should be distributed fairly.
Sente eza PDM n'emyoka zezisinga obungi naye era zino entono kubanga bazituwa ozikozesa nazo zikozesebwa obulungi.
So this is the first step.
Era eno ye ddaala erisooka.
Where I want you, my daughters here, my bazukuru, to be like Mama Janet.
Wano wayagalira nti bawalabe abazzukulu be abawala babeerenga Mama Janet.
Don't be like my mother Esteri.
Tembeeranga maama we Esteri eyafumbisanga enku eyakimanga amazzi ku mitwe.
To do it, in order to do that, you must use this money to get out of poverty.
Mu ngeri ey'okufuuka Mama Janet tulina kutandika ne sente zino zibatuwa nga tulina bye tukola.
Now, secondly, the second channel
ekyokubiri
ekuba eddala litwandiisemu okubafuula nga Mama Janet.
Ekuba eddala eriyinza okufuula nga abakyala mmwe n'abawala be nga Mama Janet
is free education.
Okusoma okw'obwereere.
We brought that.
Kusoma kw'obwereere yakuleeta amasomero gaffe aga government.
But your local people charge money on you.
Kati mmwe abantu be mu lubeera nabeeyo ku masomero babasaba sente.
And if that one had worked,
singa ekyo kyakola,
many girls would have gone through education without being interrupted.
Singa ekyo kyakola nga tebasaba sente, abawala bangi bandiyise mu kusomoka okw'obwereere ne batuuka mu bifo ebyenjawulo eby'amaanyi.
So that is the second line.
Eyo ye line ey'okubiri.
The third line
eyokusatu
is skills.
Okutendekebwa.
Okufuna obukugu.
Okufuna obukugu obw'omu mutwe.
Obw'emikono
nga okozesa emikono.
Omutwe n'emikono. Now,
omutwe n'emikono.
I am giving some skills in the skilling centers.
Awa ebyokuyiga ebyokozesebwa emikono n'omutwe mu centers ze gyayigiriza.
Recently there was a girl somewhere called Nisima. I want her to give her testimony.
Waliwo omuwala Nesima eyakavaayo ayagalawo testimony. Nesima jangu.
Now to cut the story short,
emboozi obutagitwala wala,
that was a girl called Nisima in the Mbara area.
oyo omuwala Nesima ali eyo Mbarara.
She had nothing.
Yali talina,
No land,
nga talina ttaka,
no property.
talina wadde ekyobugagga kyonna.
But she came in my skilling hubs.
N'agenda mu matendekero ge agayigiriza eby'emitwe nga bakozesa engalo,
And she learned baking.
n'ayiga okukola emigaati ne cake.
And then he started making mandazi
N'atandika okukola amandaazi
for somebody else,
ng'agakolera omuntu omulala,
but was getting some commission.
ng'afuna komishoni okukozesa amaanyi ge.
And because of that, eventually she got able to make her own mandazi.
We yavaawo yasobola okukola amandaazi agage.
And she's now employing 2 people.
Kati naye alina abakozi babiri abamuyamba mu mandaazi ge.
So you can see from nothing,
Olaba nti otandika owatali,
you get a skill,
n'ofuna okuyigisibwa okw'omutwe n'okozesa emikono gyo.
a skill gets you a job,
Ekyo ky'oyize ne kikufuulisa n'ofuna omulimu.
the mulimu gets you a capital to start your own,
Omulimu ne gukufunira entandikwa eya ssente ez'okozesa ebibyo.
and eventually you also become an employer.
Oluvannyuma naawe n'ofuuka akozesa abakozi.
So therefore, when we talk of women,
Era we twogera ku bakyala,
according to the NRM,
we twogera ku bakyala mu NRM,
these are some of the roots to
bino
emancipation.
byonna gy'emikutu gye tulina okukwata.
Wealth creation,
Okukolawo okufuna we tujja entandikwa, okugaggawala,
apart from wealth creation, then you free education.
okuyigirizibwa okw'obwereere mu masomero gaffe aga UPE n'aga USE aga secondary.
So that's why all of us must insist on free education.
Kyekyo lwaki abakubiriza mwenna nti mubeere nnyo ku masomero gaffe ago abaana basomere obwereere.
It will benefit the girls but also the boys.
Kijja kuyamba abawala baffe n'abalenzi.
Then the skills.
Ebyokuyigiriza eby'omutwe n'ebyemikono.
Now, with those 3 ways,
mu ngeri ez'essatu z'amenye,
then you add what Amongi was talking about.
ng'ogattako Minister Amongi kyabadde ayogerako,
Political empowerment.
okwongerako ebyobufuzi, okuwa enkizo abakyala okubeera mu byobufuzi. Kino kye bateekawo nga nze wendi omubaka omukyala nga nva mu district nzekka, women empowerment.
That is an additional way.
Eyo nyongereza y'abakyala.
Then legislation.
Okugenda mu palamenti abayisa amateeka.
Like for instance, when we said matrimonial home.
Ngawe mbeera n'amaka.
When we
ngawe twagamba nti amaka amatukufu.
Omusajja tatunda amaka awatali omukyalo.
Ngawe twagamba nti omwami tatunda ttaka oba maka ng'omukyala tataddeeko takkiriza. Ebyo NRM byekola ng'eyisa omukyala.
These are the 5 roots.
Gino ze makubo 5.
Bonna bagaggawale. Bonna basome. Skills, emyoga, omuli okuyiga eby'emitwe n'ebyemikono. The political empowerment. Okwongerako abakyala mu byobufuzi ng'abaawo abakyala buli LC1 kuliko omukyala. And legislation. N'okwongerako abayisa amateeka abakyala. Plus the tokenism, like when, as she was saying, appointing a woman vice president. Ng'okulaba nti tulina vice president nga mukyala, prime minister nga mukyala, kwe kulaba okuyimusa abakyala nti nabo basobola ate ne bakola bulungi. Tukwebaza Your Excellency. To become examples. Babeere nga kyakulabirako. So therefore, we have moved very well. Era twali tutambudde bulungi. But we could have moved even more
era twantambudde n'okusingawo
if we implement, like, for instance, free education.
singa twongera okumuyamba abaana ne basomera obwereere.
And also,
Era-
you cannot talk of women emancipation
Era-
without talking about emancipation of the whole society.
Era tesobola kwogera ku bakyala genda mu maaso nga tetwogedde na ku bantu bali mu society ab'enjawulo
Bonna awamu.
bonna awamu.
Abanyankole bwe bagambira nti owayekuba ekikungu atukula nkakyo, bw'osemberera ekiswa ekimyufu
Ofaanana kyo.
ofaanagana nakyo. Kati bw'obeera n'abagagga, your parents amaka magagga, naawe you also benefit from that.
Nga bwe bagamba nti olinaana ekiswa ofaanana nakyo, era w'olinaana abagagga ofuuka omugagga, ova mu maka amagagga obeera omugagga, twongere okulaba nga twegomba okugenda mu maaso.
Therefore, we must also insist on the whole home, not just women only.
Era tulina okugatta amaka wonna, si bakyala bokka, naye okulaba nga n'abaana be tuzaala n'abaami baffe beenyigira mu nsonga ezo.
That's why NRM talks about socio-economic transformation.
Kyekyo lwaki NRM eyogera ku socio-economic transformation, okulaba nga tutambula okweyubula nga tugenda mu maaso mu mbeera y'ebyenfuna.
Like omusota, to cast out the old skin and you get a new skin like the snake.
Ng'omusota we gweyubula ne guva mu kiriba ekikadde ne gudda mu kipya nga tugenda mu maaso.
So therefore, women emancipation must be put in this context as a whole.
Kati era kyekyo lwaki tugamba nti abakyala ogenda mu maaso tulina okiteeka wamu okulaba nga abantu bonna bakibeeramu.
So the 5 roots, please.
Ezo emirandira 5.
Number 1, bonna bagagawale.
Esooka bonna bagaggawale.
Number 2, bonna basome.
Eyokubiri bonna basome.
Then skills.
N'ebyokuyiga eby'omu mitwe n'emikono.
Then the political empowerment.
Okulaba nga waliwo okwongera abakyala nga bakulembera bannaabwe mu byobufuzi.
Okubawa enkizo.
Okubawa enkizo okukulembera bannaabwe mu byobufuzi.
Then legislation.
Okulaba nga beenyigira mu bakola amateeka ng'era bakyala okubongerako namba.
Then symbolism, the one we are talking about. Symbolism.
Ekyo akabonero.
When I appoint a vice president who is a woman,
yeah, symbolism nga vice president we tumuyina nga mukyala, nga prime minister we tumuyina nga mukyala, nga speaker parliament nga mukyala.
It encourages other girls to know to
kireetera abawala abalala okusoma n'okulaba nga beegomba ebifo ebyo.
So we are happy to be here.
Musanyufu okubeera ekyankwanzi leero.
It is not just a celebration, it is an inspection trip.
Tebadde kukuza lunaku lwokka naye azzeeko eno kulambula n'ebikolwa ebiriyo.
I want to thank Omukadde Esteri okumpa bwino.
Ayagala okwebaza Mukadde Esteri okugyayo bwino.
Namwe mwenna. To show how unhappy you are.
Okulaba nga muli basanyufu. Okulaba.
To see how unhappy you are about.
Okulaba nga bwali omusanyufu.
How unhappy.
Okulaba nga bwatali musanyufu.
Unhappy.
Tali musanyufu.
Bwe batali basanyufu.
Nga bwe batali basanyufu.
Kulwa programs ezimu.
Okulaba nti temuli basanyufu olwa programs ezimu obutatambula bulungi.
So you have now done my work.
Mukoze omulimo gwe gwazzeeko okulambula.
Kubanga munyambye awatali okubasasula.
Mumuyambye.
Without me paying you.
Mumuyambye n'amanya ng'ate tabasasudde.
Mumpadde bwino w'ababbi.
Mumuwadde bwino w'ababbi.
Mwebale nnyo
mwebalire ddala.
Finally,
ekisembayo,
the budget of the women councils and youth councils
budget embalirira ya councils y'abakyala n'ey'abavubuka,
we shall sort it out, because what was supposed to be merged were the secretariats.
ajja kikolako kubanga secretariat ndowooza ekyo yekitukwatamu.
What was supposed to be merged?
Yeah. Bye baali balina okugatta
buli obutongole
obulala nga mwe temuliiko aba women council,
obutongole obuddukanya amaoffice,
obutongole obuddukanya amaoffice nga mwe temuliiko,
naye si structures za women council, those can't be merged.
naye nga si tweyanziza yo excellency nga si structures za women council ne youth council.
When we merged the Ministry of Agriculture
wetwagatta Ministry ya Agriculture
and Veterinary
n'ebyobulunzi
and Fisheries
n'ebyobyonyanja
and cooperatives,
n'eyobwegasi,
we have one permanent secretary.
netufuna permanent secretary omu.
But the Ministry of Agriculture has its structure.
naye Ministry ya Agriculture erina amatabi gaayo mwetambulira.
You cannot make an agricultural officer a veterinary officer.
tosobola kufuula agriculture officer veterinary officer kubanga oli wa bulimi oli ate wa bulunzi.
They remain,
basigalawo,
but coordinated by one permanent secretary.
naye nga bali ku mutwe gwa muntu omu.
So that's where the saving was.
awo we wali obuzibu.
Saving.
Saving.
Okekereza sente.
awo saving we yali. awo kekereza we kwajira.
So
n'ensonga eyo
I will make sure that you get your 500 million. That's not a big amount.
tweyanziza yo excellency ajja kulaba nti biliyoni 5 zifunika.
Million 5.
Milioni 5 zifunika.
Then the women visiting my farm, when I finish my up-country trips, my staff bring my girls so that they visit me on my farm.
abaagala omulambula wamala entambula ye gyalimu kati mujja bagenda kuorganizinga mu mukyalire.
So finally, I am happy to be here in Bukwiri.
era ali musanyufu okubeera e Bukwiri
Because 1981 I attacked your police station here.
kubanga mu 1981 yakuba poliisi eyali awo ng'agirumba ng'akyali mu nsiko.
And I got some guns from there.
era n'afunawo emmundu zammwe ez'ebukwiri.
But now I have come as a peaceful man.
era kati azze nga muntu wa mirembe naye nga yakozesa emmundu zammwe ez'amuwanguza.
Okunsondera ku mundu.
mwebale musondera ku mmundu ab'ebukwiri.
So God help you.
era mukama abayambe.
Thank you.
mwebale nnyo tweyanza yo excellency olw'ebigambo ebirungi by'otuwadde. omukama akutuweere obulamu akwongere n'amagezi. Thank you so much.
Can we give a better hand clap? Surely. The Women Council, you have been given your things. Can you give a better morale? Thank you, thank you. Your Excellency, we have a few activities that you will undertake before we go into the medal. Before that, I want Honorable Bukenya to recognize a few people.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, wano wetuli tulinawo omubaka akiikirira area MP w'ekitundu kino Bingi Patrick Nyanzi. Tetusobodde kubanjula bonna naye Bingi Patrick Nyanzi ayimuka kuwanikire ku mukono taata wuuyo gwenkiika naye wano. Your Excellency, entwete gyoyose bikaali era naye gyakiikirira. Njagala okutegeeza maama Janet nti wiiki eno gye tubaddeko abakyala abamembers honorable visionary women batuwa sanitary pads mu secondary schools 10 era tubadde nabo nga tuzigaba. Aba wazalendo sako batuwadde mama kits eziwali wasi miliyoni 6.5 excellence. Twebaza amajego gatukwatiddeko nga bannakyankwanzi batuwadde mama kits nga zigula obukadde 6.5 sanitary pads zatuuse ne mu masomero agamu aba honorable egeze batuwadde. Tweyanzizza ne ministry ya energy yatukwatiddeko ku nfumbo ennungi era tugenda kulaba tugenda okugaba ebyokufumbisa Maama Ruth Nankabirwa. Twebaza weebale. Banaye muterere kirabika ebyuma we bigudde abantu ne beekanga. Muterere tewali mutawaana guliwo. Tewali mutawaana guliwo. Bino bye bataddewo ebyuma bye bigudde ne mwekanga tewali mutawaana. Banaye mutuule tewali mutawaana mutuule. Bino ebyuma bye bigudde ne mwekanga. Buli omu ayagala kulaba ku His Excellency. Banaye temubisindika. Mutuule banaye mutuule. Those things failed and they thought with this army here they thought there is something wrong. Bane tewali kibaddewo ebyuma ebikwata bye bibadde bigudde mutuule mutusaasire mutusaasire.
Thank you, Excellency. Excellency, we are requesting you to launch a book by Aisha Omar Ahmed Kablo, and then also launch a magazine, Imagine. I want the two to stand up and step in front, and while I introduce the book. Your Excellency, the book, From Turmoil to Triumph, by Aisha Omar Ahmed Kablo, highlights the instrumental role of the African Union Mission in Somalia, AMISOM, particularly the Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, in fostering a secure environment for peace building and humanitarian efforts. We want to congratulate Aisha for the book, and I request the team of His Excellency to usher His Excellency to launch. I request the Vice President and the Permanent Secretary to represent the Ministry of Gender. I can't be there at the moment, please. Excellency, the Vice President and the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Gender. And I also request Mr. Mawa to be on standby. Thank you. I'm seeing other team joining His Excellency the President. His Excellency is taking a picture with the author The book also focuses on consolidating state institutions. It focuses on enhancing national security and recognizes and celebrates the unwavering commitment of the UPDF and the leadership of Uganda in ushering peace in Somalia. The next is a magazine, the magazine titled Imagine. This magazine showcases the best of the Pearl of Africa, looking at trade, investment, tourism, especially in the diaspora. The author, led by Moses Mawa and Jacqueline Tumusime of the diaspora based in Canada, presents this under their flagship media company called Silver Trust. The magazine offers a world-class magazine, documentary films, online showcase, global events, public relations, and publish the most influential Ugandans. And it has been endorsed by His Excellency the President and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and showcase Ugandan in the diaspora and their commitment to engage in marketing Uganda. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, I want to request the team with the dummy checks for OWEP. I'm going to call the districts, and the districts will be represented by the RDC, COW, and the Chairperson Women Council. Can I have the three from Chankwanzi District, Kakumiro District, Oima District, Kiboga District, and Oima City, the five, represented by the three. If their woman member of parliament is around, you can join. They will be given, then His Excellency will take a picture only. But we have requested that Her Excellency, the Vice President, will hand over the checks. Then His Excellency, the President, will take the picture only. The district chairpersons also, you join, please. The district chairpersons. Oima local government, Mugisha, Mubarak, St. Paul Emmanuel, Margaret Ruhigwa, the chairperson, Kiboga, Nsiro Gerald Kalunda, Nsubuga, Caroline Musoke, and I requested if the women members of parliament are there, and RDC. Excellency, the Vice President, I have to disturb you. And we start with which district is ready? Is Oima District Local Government ready? Oima District Local Government. Excellency, the Vice President is ready to hand over. You will all get the dummy checks, then the President will just take a picture when you are holding your checks. Chiboga District Local Government, they are not around. Chankwanzi, are we now ready for a picture with HE or not yet? His Excellency, the President is ready for the pictures. You hold your dummy checks, and His Excellency, the President will stand to take a picture with the team. Looks like there are districts that are not around. Honorable Christine, you might need to stay there because we have about 3 certificates for the best groups in Chankwanzi. Once they finish, if they are done, can I call those receiving certificates for outstanding women groups? Can I ask the following groups: Tukulakunle group, women group; Nyamugisha women group; Dembe Bachala women group. Those 3, please, can you go and get your certificates of best performance? If you do not hurry, you're going to miss the pictures with HE. I want also the following people group to be on standby: our cultural and traditional leaders. After that group, you will take a picture with HE, the president. I don't know whether we still have our members of the diplomatic corps or they left. They left? Okay. Thank you. Can we have the kings led by their chairperson, the Isabaruli, so you can have a photo moment with His Excellency, the President. And I'm concluding, Your Excellency, we have 3 chairpersons of the Women Council from Kampala, from Budaka and Bunyangabo. There's 3. Can you just step in front, the 3 chairpersons, while I wait for the visionary women? The visionary women. I'm ending with those 3 ladies. Can you have a photo moment with HE after the visionary women? I don't want... I'm requesting those who are coming for the medal to now step near, to come near here, those that are taking over for the medalists. Your Excellency, the 3 chairpersons I request you step near H, the president. Thank you. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, I now want to hand over, due to pressing time and issues beyond my control. We have to request now the Master of Ceremony of the Chancery to come and go through the medal and the medalist. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for everything.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Retired Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and your dear spouse, Ma'am Janet Katawa Museveni, who by God's grace doubles as Minister for Education and Sports. Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Major Retired Jessica Rose Alupo Epel, the Vice Chairman of the National Resistance Movement Party, Right Honorable Alhaji Moses Chigongo, Right Honorable First Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for the East African Community Affairs, Rebecca Litwala Kadaga, Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister and Minister without Portfolio and Political Mobilization, Honorable Kia Nakadama Isanga, Honorable Cabinet Ministers and Ministers of State here present, Honorable Members of Parliament here present, Their Excellencies the Ambassadors and High Commissioners here present, the Deputy Chief of Defense Forces, Uganda People's Defense Forces, Sister Security Chiefs, the clergy, traditional leaders here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On this occasion of commemorating International Women's Day, His Excellency the President is pleased to recognize deserving citizens of Uganda by award of medals of honor and to conduct the presentation of the 46 of the beneficiaries is none other than me, Major General George Igumba, the Master of Ceremonies of the Chancery, by law established. Now, therefore, in accordance with Section 3, Part 2 of the National Honors and Awards Act 2001 as amended, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda has approved the award of medals of honor to 46 persons, among whom 4 are male, during this year's International Women's Day celebrations. The medals are in the categories of the Distinguished Order of the Crested Crane, First Class Grand Commander, the Distinguished Order of the Nile, Second Class Grand Officer, the Personal Sacrifice Medal, the Meritorious Service Medal Police, the Distinguished Service Medal Police, the Long Service with Conduct, Good Conduct Gold, and 60th Diamond Jubilee Anniversary Medal. The names of the 46 recipients were duly considered by the Presidential Awards Committee, consisting of 9 eminent persons, with Honorable Beatrice Wabudea as the chairperson and Hajat Zamina Malole as the secretary, under the stewardship of the Minister for the Presidency, Honorable Mile Babirie Babaranda. Now, the award of the Distinguished Order of the Crested Crane Medal. Pursuant to Section 3.2, Second Schedule, Part 1 of the National Honors and Awards Act 2001, as amended, The title of honor of the Distinguished Order of the Crested Crane First Class Grand Commander is awarded to a person who distinguishes him or herself in leadership or service in the public or private sector as a political leader of a local government, an advocate, doctor, engineer or accountant, a member of a foreign government who contributes to the development of Uganda. The one awardee who has been duly approved is none other than Right Honorable Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, a female adult from Kamuli District. Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga is a trailblazer in law, governance, and human rights advocacy. She has made significant contributions to Uganda and beyond. A former two-term Speaker of Parliament of Uganda, she serves as the first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for East African Affairs. Over the years, she has held various leadership positions, including Secretary General of the East African Women Parliamentary Association, Chairperson of the Interparliamentary Union of Member States of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, Women's Caucus, and President Designatee of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. Award of the Distinguished Order of the Nile Medal. Pursuant to Section 3.2, Second Schedule, Part 1 of the National Honors and Awards Act 2001 as amended, the title of honor of the Distinguished Order of the Nile Second Class Grand Officer is awarded to a person who excels in production, research, economic development, social or cultural enterprises while promoting Uganda abroad through artistic, scientific, or cultural work, by working in the public service, being a member of a cultural, religious, academic, or scientific institution, being a member of the public or private sector, being a traditional leader or community leader, or being a distinguished member of a visiting cultural delegation. The two awardees who have been duly approved are Her Excellency Tumsime Rhoda Peace, a female adult from Mitoma District, who holds a master's degree in planning and managing development, a bachelor's degree in rural economy and agriculture, and a diploma in women and development. The second one is none other than Mrs. Celia Nabeta Kafreka, a female adult from Shema District. She is a highly accomplished Ugandan diplomat, currently serving as the Minister Counselor and Accounting Officer at the Permanent Mission of Uganda to the United Nations. She is a strong advocate for women's empowerment, the protection of vulnerable groups, and an influential negotiator in the multilateral diplomacy. Award of the Personal Sacrifice Medal, Police. Pursuant to Section 3.3, Second Schedule, Part 2A of the National Honors and Awards Act 2001 as amended, the title of honor of the Personal Sacrifice Medal is awarded to officers who have been wounded or killed in the line of duty. It may be awarded posthumously. The one awardee who has been duly approved is number 66197, Police Constable Nakasero Fiona, a female adult from Kamuli District, who joined the Uganda Police Force on 15th November 2010 as a probationer police constable. Award of the Meritorious Service Medal, Police. Pursuant to Section 3.3 Schedule, Part 2A of the National Honors and Awards Act 2001 as amended, the title of honor of the Meritorious Service Medal is awarded to police officers for meritorious service, particularly in operations where initiative and meritorious behavior have made vital differences to the success of the operations. It is also awarded for acts of endurance and dedication. The one awardee who has been duly approved is number 32523, Sergeant Asapo Stella, a female adult from Soroti District, who joined the Uganda Police Force on 10th October 1998 as a probation police constable. Next is award of the Distinguished Service Medal Police. Pursuant to Section 3.3, Second Schedule, Part 2A of the National Honors and Awards Act 2001 as amended, the title of honor of the Distinguished Service Medal Police is awarded to police officers who have upheld ethical values and conduct, integrity, initiative, and total commitment with outstanding performance, but not necessarily bravery. The medal is also awarded for acts of humility, kindness, humanitarian attitude, and faithfulness. The one awardee who has been duly approved is number K/1905, Commissioner of Police, Chibwika Sarah, a female adult from Namtumba District. Sarah joined the Uganda Police Force on 18th August 2001 as a cadet assistant superintendent of police and has risen through the ranks to the current position of Commissioner of Police. She holds a Bachelor of Arts of Makerere University, a postgraduate diploma in monitoring and evaluation from the Uganda Management Institute, and a master's degree in governance and security of Makerere University. She at one point in time represented the Uganda Police Force in the United Nations mission in Sudan as an individual police officer, where her exceptional performance earned her commendation. She is a resilient, self-driven, hard-working, and disciplined officer who has mentored many fellow officers in the Uganda Police Force. Next, award of the Long Service with Good Conduct, Gold, 30 years plus police medal. Pursuant to Section 3.3, Second Schedule, Part 2A of the National Honors and Awards Act 2001 as amended, the title of honor of the Long Service with Good Conduct, Gold, 30 years plus medal is awarded to officers with long service years with a clean and uninterrupted service to the force. The four awardees who have been duly approved are number 0/2100, Superintendent of Police Opal Onwen Joffrey, a male adult from Pakwach District, who joined the Uganda Police Force on 11th October 1986 as a probationer police constable and has since risen through the ranks to his current position as Superintendent of Police. Next is B/950, Assistant Superintendent of Police, Byarabaha K. Stefan, a male adult from Shema District, who joined the Uganda Police Force on 30th July 1989. Next is number N/1287, Assistant Superintendent of Police, Nadunga Fatuma, a female adult from Sronko District, who joined the Uganda Police Force on 1st July 1987. Next is number S/1637, Inspector of Police Akechi Juliet, a female adult from Gulu District, who joined the force on 31st July 1989. Award of the 60th Diamond Jubilee Anniversary Medal. Pursuant to Section 3.2, Second Schedule, Part 1 of the National Honors and Awards Act 2001 as amended, the title of honor of the National Independence Medal, 60th Diamond Jubilee, is awarded to a person in recognition of outstanding service and loyalty to the country from 9th October 1962 to 9th October 2023, and who has championed and contributed significantly to the struggle for independence, or to a person who has continued to protect the independence of Uganda. The 36 awardees who have been duly approved are number Resistance Officer 12392, Major Rose Kanyesije, a female adult from Chirura District. Resistance Officer number 12319, Captain Marim Gertrude Alum, a female adult from Lira District. Resistance Officer number 12555, Captain Rose Oyela, a female adult from Lamo District. Resistance Officer number 13661, Captain Caroline Chosimire, a female adult from Lubiri's District. Next on this category is Resistance Army number 218386, Lance Corporal Agaba Baker, a female adult from Rakai District. Next is Miss Chigo Grace, a female adult from Wiko District. Chigo Grace has been a journalist by profession since 2010 in the Directorate of Information, Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs in Buya, Kampala. She holds a Bachelor of Arts degree of Makerere University and a National Diploma in Journalism from the International Institute of Media and Business. Next is number stroke 1270, Inspector of Police Intende Godfrey Morris, a male adult from Iganga District, who joined the Uganda Police Force on 29th January 2005 as a probation police constable and has risen through the ranks to the current position of Inspector of Police. Next is Miss Proscovia Kengonzi, Principal Officer 1, a female adult from Hoima District. She holds a bachelor's degree in Ops Management and Secretariat Studies of Nkumba University. Next is Miss Rita Matuka, Principal Officer 1, a female adult from Namsindwa District, who holds a bachelor's degree in Administrative and Secretarial Service of Chambogo University and a National Diploma in Secretarial Studies of Makerere University. Next is Miss Sidra Madrio Alice Pido, Principal Officer 2, a female adult from Moyo District, who enlisted into the Uganda Prison Service on 2nd June 1989. Next is Miss Oyela Christine, Chief Wardress 3, female adult from Lamo District, who enlisted into the Uganda Prison Service on 4th January 1995 as a recruit wardress. Next is Miss Flavia Angwech, Chief Wardress 3, a female adult from Lamo District. Next on the list, Your Excellency, is none other than Miss Margaret Tuhumwire, a female adult from Kanungu District. Next is Miss Dozis Aibenomugisha, a female adult from Rwanda District. Next is Miss Penina Ahebwa, a female adult from Masindi District. Miss Rosemary Tumusime Bikako, a female adult from Chegegwa District. Next on the list is Dr. Jennifer Serwanga, a female adult from Kampala District. Next is Miss Florence Naduk, a female adult from Oto District. Next is Miss Marian Mutagamba, a female adult from Chotra District, and Miss Betty Akulo, a female adult from Rira District. Next is Miss Anne Bakazimbaga Muhindo, a female adult from Mutungamo District. Next is Dr. Isabella Epiu, a female adult from Ngora District. Next is Miss Harriet Atako, a female adult from Pakwach District. Next is Dr. Sharon Okello, a female adult from Oyam District. Next is Miss Olive Namtebi, a female adult from Luero District. Next is Miss Ruth Muguta, a female adult from Barara District. Next is Dr. Lydia Mungerera, a female adult from Taleja District, who is followed by Professor Ruth Mukama, a female adult from Budaka District. Next is Miss Irene Ovonji Odida, a female adult from Nebi District, followed by Dr. Madina Mwagale Glover, a female adult from Mbale District. Next is Dr. Amos Nyathirombo, a male adult from Zombo District, followed by Miss Esther Namvubia a female adult from Chankwan's district. Next is Miss Faibi Nandaula, a female adult from Chankwan's district, who is followed by Miss Christine Katiki, a female adult from Chankwan's district, who is followed by Miss Christine Gwali Wanancha, a female adult from Chankwan's district. The very last on my list, Your Excellency, is none other than Miss Geraldine Nabukenya, a female adult from Masaka district. I beg to submit, Your Excellency, while thanking you for your kind attention for God and my country.
Your Excellency, we thank you so much for being with us all this time, the whole day. I know you love us as women in Uganda. Your Excellency, now
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, together with Mama, for having been with us.